The Fox 2 Cooking School is open today with a lesson on traditional German fare, and of course, it's just in time for Oktoberfest. Dorothy and Bill Zehnder from the Bavarian Inn join us now this morning to give us a taste. You are legends in the Frankenmuth area. Thank you for being here. Thanks for making the trip.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay, so Oktoberfest is coming up, and you're going to make one of your traditional dishes for us this morning?
I am. This morning we're making Rouladen. They call them Rouladen. And you take a top round, and you have your butcher slice it for you about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. And if he doesn't slice them, you can also use a mallet, and you can pound it yourself. But be careful that you don't pound any holes in.
Right.
And then we will take mustard, and we spread the mustard on top of the meat all the way on the outside and down the middle. And then we will top it with sauteed onion, bacon, and celery.
Oh,
and
all right.
the key to this recipe is the dill pickle that you put in here, and then that gives it a distinct flavor. You take it and you roll it very, very tight all the way up to the end here.
All right.
After that, you take a toothpick and you tuck in the ends here. You take the toothpick, bring the meat around so it seals it.
That's a little tricky, Dorothy.
Yeah, it is a little tricky, but after you have done it a number of times,
She's done it a few years.
Yeah.
it
I'd say
comes
so.
very natural.
How many years have you done this, Dorothy?
Well, I've been in the restaurant for about 60 years already.
Okay.
And we do the same with the next one, and
right.
then we fry it.
All right.
We fry it a little, or actually we saute it very lightly in a little either vegetable oil, olive oil, or whatever your preference
Okay,
is.
and while Dorothy's doing that, Bill, tell us about Oktoberfest. I know it's probably a huge time of the year for you
It
up
is.
there in Frankenmuth.
Oktoberfest starts next weekend, the 16th of September.
Well, see, why not? Why not start early?
Yeah, well, it actually Oktoberfest started in Germany in 1810, and it was a celebration of Prince Ludwig and Princess Teresa wedding.
Oh, all right.
And originally it was in October, but the weather in Germany and even here in Michigan isn't always the most pleasant in October.
Right.
So they've moved it in Germany to September, and then it is the largest event in the German culture, really. There's like 6-7 million people come to Oktoberfest. Of course, they come to enjoy good German food. They come to enjoy good German beer and wine.
Yes.
And a lot of Gemütlichkeit. That's what we like to call that hospitable and warm feeling, and a little Schunkel. And
Yeah.
So in Frankenmuth next weekend, we'll have all kinds of German entertainers and of course traditional German foods, and we've got those at the Bavarian Inn all the time. And one of the favorite things is something called Schuhplatter. Schuhplatter is a local group, but there's a gentleman that started up, Michael Pfeffer. And it's traditional German dancing where they kind of slap their lederhosen and they chop wood, and it's really kind of a fun. And sometimes it might just be another reason for grown men to go out and have fun,
And
maybe
goof
drink
around,
a little beer,
have a stein or two.
Have a stein or two,
Yep.
a liter of a good Hofbrau beer or something
Right.
like that. So.
Okay, I'm going to show the finished product, which is right over here, correct? And you would after you
this
saute,
is finished,
you put it in the oven,
we
right?
put it in this casserole, and then we deglaze the pan. You take some of the grease out. If you have too much grease, I just take the grease out, and then we will add a beef consommé, or you can also use just chicken broth or water. But then you have to add a little beef base to it. Can we turn this up a little, please?
All right, that's great. And then
We thicken it with cornstarch. You put it in that your rouladen are about halfway covered. You roast it for about an hour. You take out put the meat in a pan or on a little plate, put it in the oven, and then you thicken this juice with cornstarch, a mixture of cornstarch.
Perfect.
If you think it doesn't have enough zip to it, I sometimes add just a little pickle juice to it.
Wow.
And that brings out that flavor more. You can serve it over spätzle. Here we have
which
a
is
plate
my
with
favorite part of
spätzle.
Frankenmuth, I must tell you.
Or you can
That's
use
the best.
noodles or rice, mashed potatoes, whatever you like with it. I tell you, we serve it with a little cranberry. The cranberry is a little sweet, but the pickle juice makes this a little sweet sour, so you have a contrast there.
All right.
All right, can we eat now?
Yeah,
Can we eat? Yes, we can.
I'll tell you, I have waited in line many an hour at
Have
the
you
Bavarian
really?
Inn. Yes,
Oh.
It's a great place, and we love it. And
Great.
thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
It's our pleasure.
Coming
Thank you
in
for
and
having us.
For a copy of
Appreciate
today's
that.
recipe, it's on our website on Oktoberfest as well. We've got some information. There it is on the screen. And more on myfoxdetroit.com.